You can build the smartest campaign in the world. Yeah, it can have the perfect creative, brilliant media plan, audience insights nailed, and then boom, yeah, a commercial partner lets you down, or a sponsor pulls out, or the product stock is just completely gone or not turned up, or the website crashes, or the supply chain just can't deliver. Yeah, and suddenly the strategic campaign or project that you've worked on for months is dead in the water. Yeah, welcome to one of the most frustrating mindset traps that marketing leadership has to lean into, and that is the hijack of a business critical issue. And I'm Dave. I'm an ex-CMO turned performance coach, and over the past year I've used all my experience from boardrooms to endurance races to now being a psychology coach to help ambitious leaders reset, refocus and rise, right? And I've seen the inside of this role. I've lived the pressure. Now I coach CMOs as well who are right in the thick of it. And I can tell you this, okay, that nothing tests your mindset quite like building momentum on a strategic project only to watch it collapse because of something completely outside of your control. Let me give you an example, okay? I'd been in a team and led a team where we'd built a massive launch campaign, teasers across social, bold creative, talent lined up, production crews in, countdown to launch day, and the excitement was huge and the pipeline was stacked. It was going to be incredible. And then a deal falls through, huge delays. I'm not talking days, this was weeks. You can imagine the scene. Fans are hyped, retailers waiting, content teams primed, and nothing to actually say, okay? And all eyes turn to marketing and the questions start to be asked. The CFO is asking, how much have we spent on this? Why did we hype something that we couldn't deliver? The commercial teams are grumbling, marketing have overpromised again. PR are wondering how to control the external narrative, right? And the truth around all of this is that none of it was in the control of the marketing function, but the perception and the corporate matrix doesn't really care about that. The blame still lands at your door, okay? And that is the trap, and it's an operational hijack, and it shows up in different ways, right? It could be stock shortages killing a promotion, or tech issues crashing the website on a campaign day, or legal or compliance kind of stepping in at the last minute. Customer service is just underprepared for what is to come. Whatever it might be, okay? Every one of these issues usually turns to marketing, and it turns what could be a huge win into a massive headache. Okay, and the mindset danger around all of this is that you start carrying the weight of problems that you can't solve, and that is a fast road to frustration, to burnout, and to resentment. Resentment of yourself, resentment of your team, resentment of the brand, and resentment of others, right? So how do you deal with all of this? You have to master the art of control versus influence. For those stoics out there, think about extrapolating the dichotomy of control, okay? And here is how I break it down. You've heard the term, yeah? Control the controllables. Own the quality of your campaigns, own the clarity of your customer and internal communications, own how your team and yourself show up with energy, and influence what you can't control. So influence the uncontrollable. You can't run the supply chain, but you can build relationships with ops, with sales, with partners, so you're in the loop early, okay? You can't run and code the website, you can't run IT, but you can stress test it, stress test the launches, pressure test websites, and flag the risks, right? You can reframe the narrative around this as well. When things go wrong, don't go defensive, yeah? Show up as the leader who brings solutions. Here's the issue, here's what we've done to mitigate, and here is the plan moving forward, okay? So there's a reframe around all of this, and as a CMO, you're never going to be able to control the business. You can't control operations, but you can control your response, and that response defines whether you're seen as a victim of a mistake or an issue, or a leader and a creator who kept the business moving forward despite all this chaos, okay? And that is a trap that a lot of leaders fall into. So if you're in marketing in a leadership role, you probably know exactly how this feels, and ask yourself if you're wasting energy fighting what you can't control, or are you focusing your energy on what you can influence, okay? In the next video, we're going to go deeper into the load on leadership in the role of a CMO or a marketing director, and how dual responsibility of running marketing and leading people can often break you if you don't get it right. So hit subscribe if this resonates, or maybe share with the CMO who's in the thick of it, and keep showing up. And in the meantime, I'll see you in the next one.